Hello one and all, I am Pallet Games, and welcome to a POG vlog. Yes, it's been a while, 2 months since I did the last one, I believe. Don't know what went on there, but Fantastical is my opponent in the background gameplay, which is Cards and Castles, which is a game which I've been playing a lot of. Due mainly because you guys have been wanting to see it, and why not show it? Because there's a reasonable amount of content to show off, so why not, hey? Even if I've been stuck for a while now in this dichotomy where I really enjoy the gameplay, but I feel that the business model has gone quite wayward. But, you know, it's early access, so I'm hoping that they, you know, kind of sort it out. They need to find this middle ground, because they've kind of gone into this free-to-play business model, which you're more likely to see on kind of the App Store and that kind of market rather than on the PC. And because it's in both sectors, it's kind of straddling this line which it seems to be unattainable to try and go by. So, you know, I'm just hoping, you know, things kind of get sorted out in that regard. And let's just have a ramble here about, you know, what's going on, what needs, what, you know, what's coming up, all that stuff, you know. So I want to talk briefly about scheduling, what's been happening the last month or so, in regards of, you know, I set up this schedule so that you could have daily content, and that way, you know, it would give me something to work at, to know, like, this is what happens this day, and kind of give me a way of being able to set up content along the way. Because before I kind of had a few different things I had going, and then I just trying to throw something in between, or just didn't find a slot and just thought, well, I don't know what to do. But this way it's been working really well. So, you know, for those of you who are unaware of what the schedule is and you kind of wanted to know, Mondays is kind of at the minute, that's the worst day because it's kind of in limbo. It kind of whatever I can do on the day, really, whatever I can think up as an option. I think we'll pillage here just because it's good. So yeah, so like I say, you guys could give me an idea. I mean, at the minute I've been throwing up something Cards and Castles related just because you guys have been enjoying it, so I've been thinking, well, I can just throw up something like that on the day and you guys will like that, as well as the odd cooperative, not cooperative show but competitive show. I've thrown up one of them, which was Skyrim, which did quite well, so it was quite cool to see that kind of, because I can never tell when it comes to games like that whether they are going to be games which you guys are wanting to see or not. And, you know, that's the best way to do it, really, is just take a chance sometimes and see what you guys think, really. That's the whole point, really, to, you know, try and come up with cool games to recommend. A lot of the time I'll see games and think, it's so bad I don't even want to show you this kind of thing. Like, there was a recent example where I was going to show you a game called Tiki Galore, which was going to be a really fun cooperative show for me and Total Tactics to show you, and it just had some performance issues. So I'm kind of giving them the chance to kind of fix that, because I feel that if I just straight up slate it and then it gets sorted later on, that was kind of for nothing in a way. But I haven't completely, like, ignored the issue. I've, like, put up a review on Steam, which I think is, like, it's been quite agreed with, so I know that I'm doing the right, I've, like, got the right mindset about this. I'm not just totally off my rocker, which sometimes is the case. Just kind of keeping a bit of focus, because, you know, I'm trying to be MOG at just some randomly generated game, really. There's not much skill outside of building the deck. Everything else is kind of in a land of limbo in a way. I think this game's got more than most card games because it kind of needs... There's a lot of positioning involved, which kind of gives it an extra element of complexity. However, like I say, it's got a dodgy business model at the minute, which kind of needs adjusting. Then, it'd be an awesome game. Absolutely. It just skewed a bit to the wrong side of... Like, it kind of... They didn't like how things were. They tried to skew it a bit more, because they felt that it was, like, too unfair to them, I assume. And now we've kind of skewed it the wrong way. Hopefully they'll kind of, like, realise that, though. Maybe not. Who knows? Oh, it hasn't got the reach. No. That's annoying. Damn it. Let's throw that up there. And we'll attack. Sorry, I'm just totally, like, zoning out for the game. I've probably made a bit of a misplay there, talking about positioning. So, let's talk more about scheduling, because I want to try and get through this. So, Tuesdays and Thursdays have been crazy co-op shows. Sometimes I've not put up 2 because I've had something else lined up for a Thursday, like I did a Cards and Castles related video, I believe, on the tournament, just because I had it ready to go and I didn't want to wait till Monday. So I thought I'll throw this up. It's quite a lengthy piece. I don't want to put up a co-op show as well, because, you know, if I put up an hour of content, I'm not thinking to myself, well, do you know what these guys really want after that is another piece of content. In general, what I really want is for you guys to tell me which shows you want to watch, which shows you don't, and then I can adjust it accordingly. Like, because the playthroughs didn't do exactly well, I've just kind of... I've left them in a land of limbo on whether to continue to do them or not. I'm not quite sure. Hopefully you guys can give me some idea of whether you think I should or not. That wasn't a smart play at all. What am I playing at? And I think I'm going to just leave it there, that minion. I think I've just lost it. I've gone off on this tangent, and in the process of doing so, I keep making these misplays. I'm like attacking into something which has more health, so the double strike is irrelevant. However, you might not be aware of Cards and Castles, so you might want to be just listening to what I say. So I'm going to continue. Normally I make this footage ahead of time, but I thought let's save a bit of time by playing it as I talk, because that's always smart. Not in this case. What was that all about? Come on now, Cards and Castles. What is going on? Before I was rudely interrupted by trying to sort out Cards and Castles related issues, I was saying how... Shall we strike? I don't know, let's see how useful it was. Not very. Let's just leave it and just let him hit into me. So, what other issues have I got? Oh yeah, I was going to go through the whole schedule. Half stone, half hour. But I brought that back a month ago to fill in my Wednesdays, and it's been really good to see the response to it. You guys have really enjoyed it. I've kind of come up with a load of deck ideas, and it should see me through all the way to... Oh, I can't remember now. I believe it takes me through to the new year anyway. I've got about 16 or so deck ideas, I believe, which I'll probably think of more in the meantime. But, you know, I thought it would be a really cool idea. I mean, I'm not expecting most of these decks to be competitive, but that's half the fun to see if I can have, you know, either a really fun deck or it just happens to luckily be quite competitive, you know, stuff like that. I just thought it'd be fun to see. But maybe I am wrong in that assumption, but you guys are seeming to view it, so I'll assume I'm right. And that brings me up to Friday, because that's one which I need to address quite a bit, but it's first thoughts and fun. Now, this has been a show which I've done for basically ages, really. I believe it's way over a year now that I've been doing this, and it's a show which sometimes I'm really apprehensive to do one, in that you know, it kind of gives me the feeling, well, you know, I want to really nail it and not get anything wrong about a title. And I think most of the time that's correct. You know, I don't really say anything super wrong. And most of the time I like to show off a title which I think does something quirky. Like I'll see it on my front page Steam and think, wow, that game looks like it's really got something going for it, which makes it worthwhile in seeing. Like I kind of said on the podcast, which I'll talk about a bit in a minute, that I see a lot of games like which are either zombie survival games on early access and stuff, where I just think we've seen too much of these. You know, this is not a new story kind of thing. I think I've lost this game. It's shocking. This is a new deck I've been playing with, which is quite a bit of fun. Maybe I was thinking about, could I do a similar show for Cards and Castles to Hearthstone Half Hour? And at the minute I don't think there's enough cards available to be able to do that. As well as that, I think the big problem with Cards and Castles is there isn't any there's not enough creatures within the factions. That's where the game really is to. Most of the cards in the factions are spells rather than creatures, and it'd be nice to see a few more creatures added in, which kind of adds synergy to the faction, because in a lot of, like, there is the subtle thing here and there which is like mechanic involved with that particular faction, but I think pirates in particular don't have anything going for them from what I could see. Like with ninjas I can go, oh, they've got the return mechanic. Warlock's quite a heavy aggro burn, which is to be expected in most games. You know, if it's red, it's probably going to be trying to make you dead. And then you've got Warlock, which is not Warlock, sorry, Vikings, which kind of your strengthy kind of you know, a lot of the stuff in there grants a stat increase. And then there's Paladins, which set out to give heals a lot. But let's just move on to that. To the, like I say, the big things. I assume that this guy is DC'd, maybe, or maybe we have DC'd and I'm unaware. Whichever way, I don't mind. No, he has DC'd. That is great. Let's see if we can get a sneaky win. So, how far can we move this up? That's great. Move this guy up. So if he doesn't play next turn... Oh, we lost. So maybe we did DC. I don't know. Who knows? Whoever knows. That was a weird game, to say the least. Very odd. I don't know. Maybe that's an issue on my end, I'm not sure. It's the first game I played of the day. Who knows? But, I think that covers everything I wanted to talk about. Like I say, the big talking points are, I want to see what you think of the playthroughs. Do you want to see them come back for this weekend and I'll do the big half-hour slots of them? Or do you want to see it less? Like, you want to see a shorter episode so I can make 20 minutes a week end for each playthrough? Or do you want to see one playthrough which spans a weekend and then a new one comes along once that one's finished? Let me know that way. I thought it'd be better to have two separate ones on the go. Or maybe you just don't like Cthulhu and whatever the other game is. It's Pierre. It's my Crusade for Cabbages person. Cross of a Dutchman. That's the name. But yes, let me know on that one as well. It just seems to be playing to itself now, which is great. We'll surrender this. Exit. Yeah. Don't know what went on there. But, yes. Like I say, let me know on this stuff. It'd be cool to hear your opinions. Given that we've had a lot of new, like, fresh blood into the mix in terms of subscribers recently, so I'd really like to hear, you know, if you're someone who doesn't really normally interact with the YouTube, it'd be really cool to hear from you as to what you like about my channel and what, like, videos you see and you think, it's one of them videos, is it? Not my thing. You know, it'd be really, like I say, it's really helpful to me. And unfortunately, metrics do not give me that kind of information. So, yes, if you are new, if you are old, whatever it is, let me know your thoughts. And hopefully it hasn't been too rambly. So, yes, thank you for watching, and good